Major Slack Videos.
But yeah, my name is Major Slack, and I just spent the entire day with the Doom Hunter. Yeah, we sat down and had a big bro chat, and he told me a lot of things that I didn't know previously, even after spending hundreds upon hundreds of hours in this game. Yeah. So I'm going to break it down for you. The Doom Hunter explained, because this boss fight is just the beginning. You're going to be facing lots of Doom Hunters throughout the game. So, and they're not going to be boss fights. They're just going to be like regular enemies thrown at you during the course of the gameplay. All right, so you got to learn this stuff. All right, basically the Doom Hunter is a two-stage fight. All right, the first stage is the sled stage, and the second stage is the final stage. During the sled stage, the Doom Hunter can create this blue shield which surrounds his head, body, and arms. Okay, that makes his head, body, and arms completely immune to all damage. All right, now you can break down the shield using any energy weapon. At this stage in the game, you only have the plasma rifle at your disposal. If you fire the plasma rifle at the energy shield using either the microwave beam or just straight plasma rifle shots, or even the heat blast, I haven't actually tested that, but I'm pretty sure it works, it will eventually break down the blue shield, and the blue shield will stay broken down temporarily for 9 seconds. At that point, the Doom Hunter will take damage all over, anywhere, no matter where you shoot him. And no matter where you shoot him, at this point, it will damage his sled. All right, it's kind of confusing, but that's the way the first stage works. The first stage is all about destroying the sled, and you can mark your progress about how much of the sled is destroyed by the red health bar that appears at the top of the screen. And also, when you actually see the Doom Hunter actually break off the sled, and you can also like actually watch the sled. The sled itself will show like varying signs of, breaking down and being messed up and destroyed and whatnot. So you can mark your progress there. And once the sled is completely destroyed and the Doom Hunter breaks off the sled, the red health bar completely fills up again, and you'll see one of those two yellow pips. See those two yellow pips above the red health bar? One of them will disappear, indicating that it is now the second stage of the fight. At this stage, the Doom Hunter will take damage all over, no matter where you shoot him, okay? And he can no longer create his blue shield, and he can no longer shoot heat-seeking missiles at you. At this point, it's just a matter of killing him. Now, I took the trouble to test a lot of the weapon mods on the Doom Hunter just to see exactly what would happen, even though I knew some of them wouldn't work. And this is where I learned a hell of a lot about the Doom Hunter. So I'm going to share all that with you right now. And after that, I'm going to show you several different methods of taking down the Doom Hunter. It's not just about using the plasma rifle to break down the shield. There are other ways of taking them down that are just as or even more effective. All right, so let's start with the weapon field testing. Okay, the first thing I'm going to show you is breaking down the shield using an energy weapon. At this point, like I said, all you have at your disposal is the plasma rifle, and I use the microwave beam, and now his shield is completely broken down. The important thing to note here is that I didn't actually do any damage whatsoever. See, the shield just came back up. Happened a little too fast. Let's do that in slow-mo. Okay, you see the shield is up now. Microwave beam, and the shield is breaking down, and it's still up a little bit because he's purple, and he falters a little bit. Boom, he falters, and now the shield is broken down. Now, once again, that didn't actually do any damage at all. All it did was break down the shield. Now you have 9 seconds to do damage all over his body, no matter what. You don't have to target the sled. You can shoot him anywhere. And watch, the shield's going to come back up. Watch it carefully. Right about... now. See that? The shield is back up. So basically that's it. You have 9 seconds to do damage. Okay, let's systematically field test all the weapons to see what works, what doesn't work, what works really well, and what sucks. I'll be doing this to live commentary, so my gameplay will suffer somewhat, but it doesn't matter because this is just for demonstrational purposes. Let's start with the rocket launcher. Obviously, I won't be able to do all the mods because it's impossible to have all the mods at this stage in the game. But I doubt the remote detonate will be really useful on the Doom Hunter. I do have the lock on burst, and I have the quick lock upgrade. Let's just test this. I know it's not going to work, but just for just for demonstrational purposes, let's try locking on. Nothing. Nothing. And this is always a problem with locking on to the right guy. Nothing. Okay, so in terms of effectiveness, I'd rate that a 0. Next, let's try using the rocket launcher, but we're not going to lock on. We're just going to use the rocket launcher and target his sled directly. All right. Now he's bopping around a lot, so it's very difficult to hit him. But as you can see, you're doing a lot of damage here. And you gotta watch out for these times when he rushes you and does that melee attack. So that can take you by surprise, and all of a sudden you're doing splash damage on yourself, as well as him. So 7 rockets, and I took down half of the first stage. 7 rockets. I don't know. I'd rate this effectiveness around a 6 or a 7. You know, not the best, but it does work. Next, let's try the shotgun and sticky bombs. All right. First, we're going to target his body, and then we're going to try to target the sled directly or below the sled. All right. So here we go. Target the body. A little bit of damage. You can see we get some splash damage, even though we're targeting his body. We're getting some splash damage on his sled. Now let's try specifically targeting his sled.
Excellent. Smash the heretic.
Getting some considerable damage, but I don't know, you have to be at such close range with him, and targeting him is like, you know, I don't know, I'd rate this about a 6. I wouldn't really think that's effective. Next, let's use the super shotgun, starting with the meat hook. 0 damage, and I have the Chrono Strike rune, which means that whenever I use the meat hook, it goes in slow motion. Okay, that's in case you're wondering why. Okay, let's try this again. 0 damage. Zero damage. One thing I did discover though is if you have the Chrono Strike rune and you're using the meat hook, you can actually target his sled. Let's try this. Because it's like it's in slow motion, right? So aim down. See? And now that did do damage. So that's one effective way. Aim down and aim at his sled. See? A lot of damage there. So that's one thing you can do. And the best thing about using the super shotgun is instant kill on everything else. So you don't have to swap weapons. There we go, lots of damage there. The problem with that is it puts you in close range with him. So right after he does a counterattack, see that? Or even before. So as far as effectiveness, I don't know, I'd rate that about a 7. Next, the heavy cannon. Obviously, any heavy cannon shots on his body they're not gonna work. He's gonna be completely immune. But we can target his sled. So let's try that.
Excellent.
A little bit of damage. The problem is one of targeting. He'd have to be like a master quickscoper. That's see, it doesn't do any really significant damage. See, I'd rate that about a 3. That's not very effective at all. Next, let's try micro missiles. I have this mod. I also have Let me just swap over and then load checkpoint. Okay, micro missiles, and I have the bottomless missiles mastery, which means I can empty out the entire clip without having to reload. So let's try that. I'm not even going to try shooting at his sled. I'm just going to shoot at his body just to show you what it does. Okay, let's try that again. This time I'm going to shoot, try to direct, like, target his sled. Very effective. The only problem is it uses up a lot of ammo. I almost took down half his health, half the sled's health in one volley. Let's try that again. Okay, now we do have this option on the micro missiles to prime the missiles and give them 30% more damage. So let's try that. Micro missiles, all we have to do is kill anything. Dead. And the problem is, this is the problem with that, is the Doom Hunter plays hide and seek. This is really annoying. It's like he knows. He knows. The game does this, eh? It reacts to what weapons you have, what mods you have, what you have like ready to go. So this you have to be really sneaky about. It's best when he has like some fodder right in front of him. There we go. See that? He's hiding. The best would be to get like some fodder in front of him, like, which is kind of like highly situational. You don't want to be waiting around for something like this. Here we go. There. I'd rate that about a 6 or a 7. However, in the second stage, micro missiles kicks ass. Okay, let's try the plasma rifle. We know that it breaks down the shield. How about just shooting directly at the sled itself?
Excellent. Smash the heretic.
Okay, there's the effectiveness on that. The bottom line is, by the time you get all your ammo out, you're taking so much damage. What's left? We know what the microwave beam does. It can only target his body, and then that will break down his shield. Very effective, but you know, then you gotta hunt him down during that 9-second window. That's pretty much it. The only thing I didn't demonstrate was using the super shotgun to specifically target his sled, which is actually really effective. Okay, I'm going to specifically target his sled. Just rush up.
Excellent. Smash the heretic.
That's pretty good. As you can see though, it's really risky because you get up close and he's got a wicked melee attack. 4 shots and almost half his health down. Look at that. If you could stay alive, that's really effective. I'd rate that about a 7 or an 8. Look at that. Once again, if you can stay alive. Think about using the shotgun, you typically get 20 health every time you kill an enemy. There you go, first stage. Super shotgun alone. I'd rate that about an 8, but it takes some work, it takes some skill to pull off. Now let's try Blood Punch. Blood Punch works no matter what, doesn't matter where you target him. But if you do target him at a specific spot, see that? You get a lot of damage. Now this is kind of iffy. I don't know what it is. I figure you have to target the sled, or it's a proximity thing or something, but it seems a little erratic how much damage you can get out of the Blood Punch. But you don't have to target the sled. You can just rush up and Blood Punch. You get a lot of damage. See that? Now, let's try frags. Frags are kind of funny. Frags alone don't seem to do any damage, but if you have recently hit him with a Blood Punch, all of a sudden frags do a lot of damage. So let's demonstrate that. Frag. Whoops, that was an ice bomb. You see, he's getting faltered, but he's barely taking any damage. Let me just lay the frag right at my feet so it kind of like bounces and rolls over to him. See, there we got some damage. Now let's try Blood Punch and then 2 frags right afterwards. See that? Massive damage. I don't know how to explain that because I guess that they're more susceptible to damage when they're faltered or something. Who knows? But let's try that again. Massive damage right off the bat. That's something that everybody could do. Now I do have the frag stock up perk for frags, which allows me to fire 2 frags right away before having to recharge. So that's one plus of that. So there we go. That's pretty much all the weapons tested. Now it's just a matter of putting together a strategy to mess them up hard and fast, because basically that's what you want to do. You don't want to be screwing around with this, okay? You want to take them down hard and fast. Okay, so the best thing to do is just string together our best attacks, starting with the most effective and working down the line. So we know the Blood Punch frag combo just kicks ass. We'll open with that, all right? Then we'll rush up, super shotgun his sled, and then ice bomb him, then shotgun his sled again, and then switch to the micro missiles and empty out the entire clip into his sled. And I forgot to mention, yes, the ice bomb will sometimes do damage even though it doesn't freeze him. All right, so it's kind of like the same thing with the frag, depending on whether he's faltered or not. Okay, so once again, that's Blood Punch, frag, super shotgun to the sled, ice bomb, super shotgun to the sled, and then micro missiles, empty out the clip, and that should wipe out the first stage. That should completely destroy his sled. If not, finish up with some more super shotgun blasts to the sled. It shouldn't be much left. All right. Now, basically, you don't want to be fumbling around with your weapons at the beginning here. You want the super shotgun loaded up and ready to go. So I'm going to show you a little trick here, because even if you load the super shotgun and then load checkpoint, it's still going to be whatever weapon that you had before. To get the super shotgun ready to go at the beginning of the fight, simply exit to main menu, and then we're going to use mission select and go to any mission, preferably Exaltia. Exaltia, let's call it Exaltia. And all we have to do is get to a checkpoint. And basically, as soon as we get into the mission, we're going to load the super shotgun and get any other weapon mods you want ready. For example, I want the micro missiles ready on the heavy cannon. There we go. And now I'm going to load the super shotgun. That is, equip the super shotgun. And now at this point, all we have to do is get to a checkpoint. And now it will stick when we return to campaign. So just go through here, swing on the monkey bar. As soon as you land, you get a checkpoint. There we go, checkpoint reached. Now we can just return to campaign, and when we go back into the Doom Hunter fight, we'll have the super shotgun ready to go, which makes a big difference. Like I said, you don't want to be fumbling around. Okay, here we go. Blood punch, frag, super shotgun to the sled, ice bomb, super shotgun to the sled, switch over to micro missiles, and try to strafe around to avoid taking damage. And that almost did it. One more super shotgun to the sled, and that's it. Off the sled. Now at this point, you have a choice. What's going to happen now is a whole bunch of heavies are going to spawn. 3 prowlers and a carcass. Now it's a judgment call. If you got them dead to rights like I do now, just go at them with the lock-on burst with a rocket launcher, and 3 lock-on bursts will finish them off really quick. If you don't have them dead to rights and there's a lot of prowlers and whatnot, you know, roaming around, you may want to take down the carcass and the 3 prowlers before going after them, okay? This time I had him dead to rights, so I'm just going to go after him hard. Okay, let's roll it. 1 lock-on burst. 2 lock-on bursts. 3 lock-on bursts, and I think the rocket hit the obstacle there, so I just popped out an extra rocket, put him in glory kill, and that's that. I'm going to roll it in a slow-mo to give me more time to explain what happened. Okay, let's re-roll it in slow-mo. Okay. As soon as he comes off the sled, make sure you wait a bit before you shoot out the first volley of rockets, because there's a little time where the animation of him coming off the sled makes him immune to rockets or immune to any attacks. Okay, so here's the second lock-on burst. See him dodging there? Yeah, very, very dodgy. And the third lock-on burst, this should have finished him off, but he kind of, see, he dodged over, and I think a couple of my rockets hit that that railing there. So that should have finished him off. So I had to pop out an extra rocket, just loose, right at him. And boom, that put him in glory kill status. And then rush up, glory kill. And as soon as you kill him, everything despawns. So you don't have to deal with all the heavies. So that's why it may be a better option to go hard at the Doom Hunter if you got a clear shot at him. Because you don't even have to kill all the other enemies. Watch them all despawn. Boom. All gone. So there you go. That's my brand new no blue shield strategy of taking down the Doom Hunter hard and fast. Okay, now I'm going to roll the entire fight uninterrupted and with no commentary, so you can see exactly how fast this strategy works. It works in under 30 seconds. I do the entire fight in under 30 seconds. Let's roll it.
Useless machine, attack! Excellent. Smash the heretic!
And there you go, Bob's your uncle. This is way better than my former strategy where I used the microwave beam to bring down his blue shield, and then I went hard at him with the lock-on burst rockets, hoping that I would wipe out the first stage doing that. It was kind of hit and miss. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. When it didn't work, it meant you know, bringing down the shield again and hunting around for him. Like I said, you got a 9-second window, and if you can't pull it off in 9 seconds, then the fight gets really elongated and tedious, and you're hunting around, and it's just a pain in the arse. So yeah, this is my new strategy. Now there's 2 more Doom Hunters. There's more. Yeah, there's 2 more down below. All your ammo is going to be completely refilled as soon as you drop down below, but your health and armor will not. So make sure you gather up all the health and armor before you drop down that hole and face 2 more Doom Hunters. Okay, let's go down. Okay, here we go. The second Doom Hunter fight. This time there's two Doom Hunters and the same motley crew of heavies in between. I use the same strategy. Blood punch, frag, frag. And I threw the ice bomb and then did a couple of shots with the super shotgun to the sled. And then I'm going hard at him with the micro missiles. It worked really well anyways. And lock on burst, and he ran away because he knows he's doomed. And I've got Chrono Strike in effect here, and that's the first Doom Hunter. Boom. Down and out. Now the heavy spawn. It's the same deal. 3 prowlers, 1, and a carcass. And my priority here is to go after the carcass. That's what I'm doing now. I'm hunting down the carcass because I got a full chainsaw, and I know I can instantly kill him with a full chainsaw. So that's priority number 1, because he keeps throwing up that shield. And when I eventually found him, it was like really crowded around him. So I didn't want to risk doing the chainsaw in case I missed any. See that? So I backed away, and I took a lot of damage there. Now I finally got a clear shot at him. Chainsaw, boom, and that's that out of the way. You really want that out of the way before you start doing anything else. And then it's super shotgun on all the prowlers. Just instant kill if you're up close, or you can use a meat hook. Really easy. And I'm ignoring the other Doom Hunter completely until I do in the other 2 prowlers, because this will make it a lot easier. And then I'm going to use a different strategy on the second Doom Hunter. This is something you can use on the very first Doom Hunter up above. It's the super shotgun blood punch strategy, which keeps you really nice and healthy. It works great. I'm going to show you that as soon as I take down the second prowler. I think he's, or the third prowler. Okay, so now I'm just milking a blood punch, getting nice and healthy, and armor, and I'm gonna go after the second Doom Hunter. Basically, I'm gonna blood punch and super shotgun to the sled. And I threw out an ice bomb by mistake and a couple of frags there. Now I'm just gonna take off and milk another blood punch. Just by quick spurt with a plasma rifle on any fodder. Put them in stagger them. The best way to do it is to aim at their feet, because if you don't want, like, if you find you're killing these guys with the plasma rifle instead, aim at their feet. There we go. Now I've got a full blood punch. Just gonna switch over to the super shotgun and go after the Doom Hunter again. And now he's hiding because he knows I've got him. I got him. We're gonna go up, blood punch, shotgun to the sled. Blow that guy away. Blood punch, shotgun. And it works great because he staggered right after the blood punch. And now his first stage is down. So he's off his sled. And now I'm just going to prime the missiles, micro missiles, and go hard at him with the entire clip of bottomless missiles. Almost got him. And here, Mr. Fumblefingers loaded the rocket launcher instead of the super shotgun. I meant to hit him with, like, up close with the sled with the super shotgun instead. Anyways.
Gifts to aid him in his noble conquest, perhaps in return for my...
That's enough out of you. Yeah, I took a lot of splash damage in the end there. I almost did myself in. Thanks a lot, Mr. Fumblefingers. We can always count on you for some, you know, off-the-wall entertainment. And that's that. So that's the entire Doom Hunter boss fight done. Way to go, Doomslayer. You demand. And our blood punch is upgraded. Now, I didn't 100% this mission because I just simply forgot a battery in the first fight, and I'm going to go back and get it using mission select. And I also purposely left a weapon mod behind, which I'm going to use on the ballista. So that's why there's 2 items missing in the exploration section there. I'm going to fix that first thing next video.
Our system is being corrupted.
This game has gone far enough.
I will have her transmission removed in a moment.
Despite the loss of the priests, Earth will fall, and my people will survive. I will answer the humans' prayers. Reward those that believe.
This hub was of Maker design. She knows the systems well.
The final priest will be moved to a more discreet location, so our work can continue without further disruption.
The third Hell Priest signal is no longer visible to us. There is a 41.3% increase of demonic activity at the nexus of the initial invasion. That is the largest gore nest on Earth. I will set the portal coordinates for the super gore nest now.
Alright, and we're back in the Fortress of Doom. A lot of things have changed here. The first thing is we have a new weapon to pick up, the ballista. And it's just sitting there. All we have to do is go and pick it up. And I'll show you all about the ballista in the videos to come. Powerful, energy-based weapon. And there we go. Has two mods. The Arbalist and the Destroyer Blade both kick ass. This is why I wanted to save that weapon modbot for potentially getting both these mods right away. And I have 8 weapon points and 6 batteries. What do you do with the batteries? Like, this is what you do with the batteries. At this point in the Fortress of Doom, we have all these compartments ready to open up. All you have to do is spend 2 batteries on each and you get to open it up and you get all kinds of goodies. Here's a mod bot. There's a Praetor Suit point. Another Praetor Suit point. Another mod bot. And on the other end of the ship there's Sentinel crystals and there's special suits. All kinds of goodies that you can acquire by spending batteries. And that is going to be covered in the videos to come. That's it for this video. I want to thank you all very much for watching, and if you thought this was remotely entertaining and or informative, you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, stuff like that there, and I'll see you next time. Hey guys, real walkthroughs like these are an endangered species here on YouTube. For a complete lowdown on the YouTube video game walkthrough scene, check out my Patreon page, and please consider making a donation to yours truly, Major Slack, to help keep real walkthroughs alive on YouTube. You can donate as little as $1. That's $1, that's all. That's all it takes, alright? Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it.